writers. I hope you had a great day yesterday. Today, I'm going to be giving you some more ideas of how you can add to your show and tell writing. Remember that we're working on a special place, a place that you know about, that you've been to a lot. Let me get this out again. If you're at home, this has been in your template, so you can use this to help you think of some ideas. So think about a place you go to a lot. Think about places you love to go to. And if you need ideas, more information, like, oh, can you remind me what happened at this part? Or what does this look like? If you need some reminders about that place, that you can ask your family or brothers and sisters or grandparents if they went with you, or whoever did, if it was a friend, for help, okay? So today I'm gonna show you how to bring your writing to life even more. If you're here in class, I want you to make sure you look way up here so that you can do this in your writing. I'm gonna show you something new today. And if you're at home, this is gonna be new for you too. So I want for everyone to look at this anchor chart, and this is just ideas that we want to help us. Ideas to help us with our writing. So let's look at this together. It says, to write a show and tell book, here are the things you need to do. Think of an idea. So our idea right now is a special place. And I have some people so excited about writing in class that they are writing right now. But writers, I want you to set your pencils down and wait just a moment. I won't keep you long today so you can get to work. So we're thinking of a person, place, or thing. We worked on our special thing that we brought to class or we had at home. Now we're working on a special place. And we're going to tell about all the parts. So that's what we worked on last week, having a page for every part of that place. So a page for each idea or each sentence. And then we're drawing and writing about the parts. So we talked about having labels and writing sentences. Well, here is the new part. Oh my goodness, I love how almost every person in this row is looking right here as I'm reading. Great job. Okay, so here is the new part. We're going to work to add even more. Have we done this before?
No.
Have we worked to add more to our writing before?
Yes.
We have. We've already done this before, so did I kind of trick you? Yeah, it's not that new, but I'm going to show you a new way to do it. So, let me see if I can get this back again. So here's our story, my story, I'm sorry, about Town Green Park. So I'm going to read to you what I already have. Town Green Park. I love going to the park. And I have the trees and the trails and the grass. So now I want to show you, I told you that I was going to add a little bit more. So here was the next page. You can pedal in the swan boats in the water. You can relax too. So the kids in class helped me write that. Now here's something that we can all work on together at home and at school. 1, 2, 3, eyes on me.
1, 2, eyes on you.
Waiting just a minute. Okay, so we're going to work on adding a different kind of label today, and this is new for everyone. So at home and in school, make sure you're looking right here at me. This is new. Okay, so right here I labeled the trees, the trails, the grass. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to add even more to my labels so the person that hasn't been here before can get even more information. So I'm making it like if they were there. What did the grass look like? What did the trees look like? What did the trails look like? So I'm giving even more information. So is the grass really long or short, or is it dying, or is it very green? Well, you know, when I go to Town Green Park, it's kind of funny because it's called Town Green, but the grass there, they take such good care of it, and it's always perfect. It's perfect and green, and lots of kids love running out and playing on it. So I'm going to change my label to say the green grass. And guess what I could do after? What can I color right here? Yes. What could I color here? I can add green to my picture. So I'm going to use my snap word, the, and add the color word, green. The green grass. And the trails at Town Green Park, the trails that I'm thinking of are kind of made of little rocks. So it's a rocky trail. So I'm going to write the rocky trail. I'm going to add those words. The rocky. The rocky trail. Am I adding more to my sentences right now, or am I adding more to my labels? Labels. Have we done this before? No, we haven't. I've never done this before. I've never shown you how to do this. The trees at Town Green Park are very tall. There's some very tall trees by the water. So what do I maybe need to add back here? Water, I could add that. Right now I'm going to add those words. The tall trees. And then behind those tall trees, there is water. So I'm going to add some water. And that's the water where the swan boats are, but that's coming on the next page. So I'm going to save those labels for the next page.
Wow, so much water.
Yes. And I'm going to go back and add the green to the grass.
We've never added more labels before.
No, I've never added more to my labels either. I've added more labels, but not more words to a label I already had. Okay, so I'm adding even more so that my picture matches my labels. And if I want to do a rocky trail, that could take forever. So I'm just going to do a few rocks in the trail. Because they're little, it's almost like crushed granite, like tiny pieces of rock. I'm gonna stop there so I can keep going, but I'm gonna show you the green grass, the tall trees, and the rocky trail. Can everyone see that? Okay, now thank you. Now we're gonna go to the next page. So what would be some labels that I can add to this page here? Yeah, what could I say about the water? What color is the water there?
Blue.
It kind of has a bluish color. So I'm going to add those words. The blue water. And this is swan boat. I'm sorry, this is a swan boat. But it is specifically a paddle boat where you pedal, 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 pedal to make your boat go. So I'm going to add those words instead and write paddle boat. Thank you. Paddle boat. Paddle boat. The blue water. It is a swan paddle boat. So the blue water and paddle boat. Do you see how I did those little lines to point? Because if I said blue water up here, that's really where the sky should be. So I don't want to mix those two up. Now, depending on what kind of day it was, when I went yesterday, it was a beautiful day with clouds in the sky. And it was very sunny. We were surprised. I was wishing for a little bit cooler weather. But it was very sunny yesterday. So we thought about going on the paddle boat, but I have really light skin and didn't have sunblock with me, and I know I would have gotten a bad sunburn. So we just walked around, and we planned that maybe next time we could go out on the boat. It was also very crowded. Lots of people were out paddling in the swan boats, but also they were using the kayaks with the oars in the water, those narrow boats. So could I add a kayak here?
Yeah.
Because they don't just have swan boats, they also have kayaks. Now, I'm not really good at drawing kayaks, so I'm just gonna do my best. I think the kayaks were mostly blue. I'm trying to think. I didn't really pay attention to the kayak color. Maybe some of them were green? They had a few different colors. They had a new kind of boat that I wasn't really sure about. It looked like a bike on a boat. So a kayak is kind of like a canoe. You have oars that paddle you instead of the pedals.
Well, we were gonna go canoeing, but there was too much people 1 hour.
So does that look a little familiar? Do I have any room to write about the kayak on this page? Oh, I don't. What about on the back? Well, I could if I use not marker because it's showing through. So if you use pencil at home and add more to your picture, you can add to your back page. So I'm gonna keep going to this last part where I didn't write anything yet. Sometimes this might happen where you start drawing your picture and you never wrote your words. So should I just say, oh, I'm done, I don't really remember? Or should I think really hard about what I can add here? I'm gonna think really hard what I can add here. I'm gonna start with a label. This is an art bench. It's made by an artist. This artist did these big wing-shaped sides, but it's a special art bench. So I'm gonna write that word, the art bench. And guess what happened when I went yesterday?
What?
There was a new art bench. So if I wanted to, I could even staple on and add another page. And I might do that for you guys tomorrow because it was a really cool bench and it was red and they spelled out the word loved. So without me drawing it, it's kind of hard to tell you about it. But the art bench. So what would be some words I could write here? Uh-huh.
I love sitting at it.
Okay, perfect. I love sitting. Can you guys help me stretch it out? That's an I. Sitting. Remember, moms and dads at home, I know I'm not spelling every word exactly correct. For example, sitting has an extra T, but I'm doing the sounds that we hear. I love sitting on the snap word, T-H-E. It is a snap word too. I love sitting on the art bench. I don't even have to sound it out again because I already wrote it up there. So remember that little tip. Any words that you use in your labels, you can also use again in your sentences. I love sitting on the art bench. That's an E. Bench is, because there's more than one art bench. Benches. So there are multiple benches all over Town Green Park. If you haven't been, they have several. So Mia's favorite is one that looks like a tree log and has amber, kind of the sap that hardens that comes from a tree. That's the back part of the bench, and that's her favorite. And this is my favorite bench. And then yesterday when we were there, we saw that they are designing and building right now a brand new bench. So I could even add and write about that tomorrow. And then there was the other bench I told you about that was red and said the word loved. That was pretty cool. Okay, so today, writers, you're gonna work really hard to add longer labels, and then you can use some of those words in your sentences telling about your picture. Thumbs up if you're ready to give it a try. You can also go back and add to your picture. You can add to your words like we did today. And if you need to add on another piece of paper so you can continue because you thought of more ideas, you can do that too. Should all these pages go together? Yeah, am I gonna wanna add about like my dog Ginger on the last page? Does that go with this place?
No.
No, I didn't bring Ginger to the park. The Ginger doesn't have anything to do with Town Green Park. Okay, so what if I wrote I love rainbows on the last page? Does that go with this book?
No.
No. Is this book about pumpkins?
No.
No, so make sure that your pages go together and they all have to do with the place that you're talking about, okay? It would be like if we went over to this bookshelf and there's a book up there about pumpkins. If we opened it up and inside it had a story all about rainbows, would that be what we were expecting? No, so make sure your pages go together, okay, writers? Keep up the great work. Work hard, and you're working to add longer labels today. Bye.